You can probably see that cat behind me, and you can probably see, hey, this is different than your usual setup. Right now, I'm in my dining room because my room is a mess, my desk is a mess, just like my life. But this is clean and no one's home, so I thought, why not take advantage of it? Also, you're probably like, Ashton, why do you look so dolled up today? Do you have a date later? Haha, no. I had to get my health card renewed, so I was like, I'm gonna look super hot for that, because last time, which was 4 years ago, I was completely sick, and I don't like this ghastly orange, and it was just horrible, and I would have to show that everywhere. Here you go. You're 19 yet? Yeah, here's my horrible picture. Serve me alcohol. Enough of that, though. Today we're going to be going back into the world of Seduce Me, and hopefully we'll be seduced, or we'll seduce someone, because last time it was just my grandfather had just died and he had left the estate and his toy company to me, and my dad was not very happy with that, and we left off with my dad picking me up from school, gonna bring me over to the mansion where I'm gonna live by myself because he's sick of my face apparently. So let's get in. Load game. Here we go. So, hey, Dad.
Hey, honey.
He sounds faint. I'm just happy to see me, right? As I got into the car, I noticed my father looked troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring straight ahead, as if something was really bothering him.
About what happened yesterday. I'm sorry for yelling at you. Does your cheek still hurt?
No, it's nothing to worry about. I'm glad you're feeling bad about that.
I mean it. I shouldn't have laid a finger on you. You know that you're my most precious daughter. You're all that I have.
Oh, you have Mom, right? Yet he couldn't bring himself to say what he could never say to me for such a long time. I always wanted to hear those words to affirm how he really felt, but I guess even now he couldn't say it to me. I turned my head away to look out the window. There was no point in waiting for something that was never going to come. And like that, he started to drive and the conversation between us ended. Decided to focus my attention on the passing scenery. We were taking the usual route to Grandfather's house. It was located within the vicinity of the school district, but it was still pretty far from the school and from where our house was. He had always lived alone. He insisted on doing things by himself, even at his age living in such a large house. I wondered, did he pass away with no one at his side as well? It sounded so lonely and sad. It was strange that he decided on living all alone in his large estate. If anything, he could have lived with us. Though he and my father probably would have given each other the silent treatment the entire time, maybe living alone was preferable to that. I actually hadn't visited him for quite a while. Visits to his house were most frequent when I was a child, and I had grown up long since then. Last time I visited, though, I thought he looked just as he usually did, happy and healthy. Oh, there's another cat behind me. Hello. But things changed in the back of my mind. I knew that he would have to leave one day. It wasn't like humans could live forever. So why did my heart still feel so heavy? The car ride was mostly spent in silence until he spoke up again.
How was school? Maintaining your grades, I hope.
Oh my god. This is his freaking small talk. No, Dad. Yeah, I've been trying my best as of so far. God, Dad.
Try.
Oh, whoops. Yes, trying. With my father, only some words I said were filtered through his ears. It was difficult to keep up a conversation without eventually talking about academics or my future, even if it was something loosely based on it. He always found a way to interrogate it whenever we talked.
Anyway, your belongings are in the trunk. There isn't a lot, so I'm sure you can manage bringing them inside the house. After all, you are on the road to being independent now.
You're not even going to help me? Yes, I can manage on my own. The usual silence resumed between us. I really wasn't sure what to say around him, especially when most of the time we didn't share the same opinions. One question did linger in my mind, though. If he was going to justify acting so nonchalant at Grandfather's funeral, I had the right to at least know why. Damn straight. I want answers. Try again, leave it alone. I don't know. If I try it again, he'll just get, pissed off at me. Should I leave it alone? Try it again. Oh, damn. Wow, what's worse I can have? Let's try it again. Say, Dad, about you and
We
Grandpa.
are not talking about this.
Okay. I feel like we should be, because Grandpa did leave us yesterday,
I
so...
wouldn't care if he had left even long before that. I do not want to hear it, and that is the end of this conversation.
Oh, okay. Douchebag. As always, he managed to shut down any form of conversation related to him. It was just like what happened last night. He needs to go to a therapist and let all his feelings out, because that's just a whole bunch of anger that he stored up that is not good for anyone. I opened my mouth slightly, but I closed it again. It was like talking to a brick wall. It wasn't like I could find out anything by somehow arguing my way through it. Alright then. I leaned against the car door and stared out the window. I really couldn't think, what would this place be like? I had been to my grandfather's house before, but it was one thing visiting, and it was another thing actually living there. How could I manage living on my own without any training to really care for a house? I knew that naturally the bills would be paid by my parents, who inherited grandfather's stocks to the corporation, but I had never lived independently before. She doesn't even have to pay bills. Gosh, you just live by yourself. That sounds fantastic. Thinking about it made me feel like some kind of bird being pushed out of the nest. Though I was technically an adult, I felt unprepared and a bit daunted at the prospect of actually moving into a new place. Most people my age would be ecstatic moving out. After all, it would be symbolize some kind of change in their lives, like being on the road to independence. But I felt like it was nothing of the sort. I really hoped I wouldn't let my parents down. I wouldn't want to let grandfather down. What would he be saying right now? I gazed up at the passing clouds in the sky. If you're out there, grandfather, how would you be doing? Would there be anything you'd want to tell me at this moment? And of course, no answer. What was I doing? Searching for answers in heaven that would or would not exist? I ducked my head to stare at the blurred trees and cars from the car window. My head was definitely going into the clouds there at that moment. Either way, I found myself being driven off to my new home. The car rolled to a stop and I drifted out of my thoughts.
Here we are. Go on in.
Okay then. Alright, tell Mom I love her.
Alright.
This is all I'm gonna do. I love you, Dad. Like, he can't find it in his heart or vocabulary to tell me he loves me. No, make sure to come by and visit us often. No, I'm going to miss you lots. Nothing other than a blank stare. Fine, Dad. I paused a bit before reaching for the car door handle, waiting for any form of goodbye, but he didn't speak again. I sighed and exited the car, hearing my dad pop open the trunk. I saw the 2 large bags I packed last night that were large enough to carry only the things I needed. I took them out, placed one bag on each shoulder, and closed the trunk. He then drove off, leaving me alone in front of the mansion. I watched the blue car fade into the distance of the road before turning to see my new home. There it is. It's huge. My grandfather gave me this. It's hard to believe. The house was framed by all sets of tall gates, and I hesitantly pushed them aside to take in the entire estate. The house still looked like it was when I visited him. Our last date seemed like kind of imitating with its size, though if I came closer, it was clear that there was more to it than that. Brick walls were framed by shrubbery and lovely flowers, giving it a homely and welcoming look, but in contrast, the tall doors into the house gave me a feeling of grandeur. Who knew what was waiting for me, but I wouldn't back down at this moment. I took out the key to the front doors and locked them. Well, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways. And that's when I saw them. Oh my gosh, guys. I think boys lying on the floor was a group of men. Oh, they were all unconscious, but there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the doors close on its own behind me. Welcome to your new home. Here's a bunch of unconscious men on your floor. Have fun. Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on? Some of them had open wounds. The blood was staining the floor and the scent was intermingling with air. Oh, by the way, we shot a few of them. You're welcome. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless, I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. My mind suddenly went from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers. Who are you guys? I know you're unconscious and bleeding, but what the fuck are you doing in my new home? No response. I'll call the police. Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It seemed surreal to have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers quickly. That was until... Eep! Get away from me!
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
Well then, that's a little bit more forward than I expected this game to be. I couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene and calm about it. Oh, hello there. I should just let you. Slowly, a desire burned in my chest, telling me to accept his kiss, even when my mind vehemently refused. My. Go ahead.
Good.
Okay. As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me out of my energy, and yet it was so good it made my heart sing. Oh my god. I should have been expecting this from this kind of game, but I wasn't. It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve of my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time, it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
Damn it, Sam, what are you doing? I'm busy kissing her. God. This person kissed me. Sam was his name. Glanced behind him.
I said stop. Now.
What is it?
Fine.
Okay. That other guy with the glasses kind of reminds me of the dads. That's kind of weird, right? He's just like, I'm so poised and perfect. And Sam's like, yeah, whatever. Finally he pulled back and I was left standing there in a daze. Oh, what? Couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss and my thoughts that melted into depths of my forgotten memories. I have forgotten memories now?
Please forgive my brother. He's a bit reckless.
The voice doesn't match the character. His voice is so manly and strong, and he's just like poised and whatnot.
At least I feel a hell of a lot better than you right now.
Because you used your abilities on her.
Oh my goodness, they have abilities too. This is fantastic.
Sam, you're such a reckless brute. Taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her.
How many are these?
Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it off your pretty boy face.
My anger.
Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state.
I guess you are right, Matthew.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
Sam and Matthew. Oh, there's one more. However, as the men got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble, and I remember my confusion and anger at once, only now multiplied tenfold. Okay. What?
Huh? Did you say something beautiful?
Yes. And I exploded. Oh, hell no. What is going on? Why the hell are you all here in my house? Why are you all wounded? Why did you kiss me? Who are you guys? Look at their shocked faces. I'm pissed off. Couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in the mush state, my words escaped without filter. It definitely scared the men around me and the man who kissed me. Wait a second, the guy who kissed me.
Youch! What's your problem?
What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert?
Pervert? It was only a kiss.
Stole my innocence, my youth. How dare you? It might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me.
What? Was it your first kiss?
Fuck you, Sam.
Ow! Hey, what was that for?
I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles or something out of a fairy tale, but I had at least expected it to be more than just something forced.
So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal out of it.
Guys just don't understand, right, ladies? Are you asking to get punched again?
Well, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back.
That face, though. And I don't want to hit him again. I already hit him twice. I will at least ask for an apology. That's really all I ask. You should at least apologize. That would suffice. As if to himself, he mutters something under his breath.
Why do I always look like the bad guy? Apologies aren't my forte, but I'll try my best. Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Wow, could try a little more from the heart, but they're not your forte. Sorry about what?
Sorry for kissing you like that. I went too far.
He sighed and ran his fingers through
I
his hair.
didn't mean for it to turn out that way. It's just... I act on impulse, okay? It's difficult to control myself and... What am I saying?
Well, if that was coming more from the heart, it's okay. I get what you're trying to say. Thank you for the apology.
Yeah, no problem.
There's a little heart and a thumpity thing, so I wonder what that is. Anyway, if you try to pull any funny business in the future, just a fair warning. I know Taekwondo. Let's fight it. Don't give me that face again. I think I've bickered enough. Time to get back to the main issue. So, what exactly are all you doing in my house?
Miss, please forgive us in our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
So I'm guessing these are the guys that got shot way in the beginning. But why? Apparently they have abilities, so what are they exactly? What? What do you mean you don't just barge into people's homes?
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives.
Maybe they're part of the mafia? No.
Luckily for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
Last time I remember, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property, although considering the severity of their wounds, it had to be serious. Guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right to do that. I'm not letting that go.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
Not normal? What are you guys, demons or something? Going straight to it. I asked almost jokingly, but the boys seemed to take my question differently. Are they demons?
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
Wasn't expecting that. Okay. Eh?
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
Oh my god, this is what this game is? Didn't realize that. Okay. Well, hello there, boys. Incubi, the fabled demons that existed to haunt humans and make them excrete monsters, the mystical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants, the imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV. I've physically never seen an incubi in a movie or in TV or anything. So I am new to this.
Did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Clearly, they're expecting me to just be like, oh, well, that explains everything. I truly accept this.
Yes, and she'll understand right about...
Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist. There was no way they existed. That would be particularly impossible. Yes, hello.
Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes, we do exist.
Very well. Could you at least tell me all your names? Gosh. Prove it. As soon as words left my mouth, I instantly regretted them. Never say prove it when someone's trying to tell you there is some form of demon or whatever.
Very well. Eric, go ahead.
Which one are you? Is Eric? Oh, you're Eric.
Very well.
No, Eric, don't.
My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it. And maybe you'll even want more.
Oh dear. He has really multicolored eyes. They're kind of nice. What? No. OMG, stop it. No. It's wrecking my concentration. Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity. Staring into Eric's eyes, I felt waves of heart coursed through the... Oh, heat. Heat coursed through my chest and onto my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer. Yeah, okay. It just sounds so... Well, with another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again, and my chest and my mind was set spinning in a heated, passion-filled pleasure, yet I could feel my body drain of energy as he kissed me.
All right, that's enough.
Aw, very well. I feel so much better.
As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool. I felt weak in the knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of these boys before me. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak. I think I'm going to...
Where are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers. Sam, Eric, Matthew, and Damien.
Okay.
Miss, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay, Matthew.
Shit. She fainted.
Took too much of my energy. 2 kisses in one day. And then you told me you're incubi. Gosh, I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real? It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me and my eyelids unwillingly open. Where? I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes that I arrived in at the house, but I was laying in the silk-covered bed. I remember coming in the afternoon, so why was it night already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but only then I realized I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Hello, Damien. Ha, gah! Since when was he staying there, and who the heck was he? Guy in my bedroom? Did we... There's no way! Sorry, I think I was saying my thoughts aloud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And that was how things came to this. Oh! He was leaning against the far wall looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under the incubus power, especially in a bedroom. I think I can be calm in this situation. I took a deep breath. I'm sure that if any of them wanted to take advantage of me, they would have already. Yeah, I'm awake now.
That's good.
Oh, that thing? Is that like a relationship thingy or whatever? Am I doing good, guys? I saw a small form with a smile on his face, which made me blush a bit. Oh, Damien. Why though? One thing still concerned me, though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Oh, thank goodness.
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering powers.
Great, even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
Well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
Oh my god, they're making me dinner. Oh god. No, they gotta buy me dinner first before anything happens, not make it. Oh, okay. That's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home and 2 of us using our powers on you.
Oh my god. They're demons, but they're so sweet. OMG. You've got a point. Right, I had forgotten about that. It still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it's pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. It was like something out of the romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. I wished I could have just went back to sleep and forgotten all of this. Maybe I should just call the police on them. Then I would have never landed myself in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Woo!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
Okay. Let me just pick you up. I'm not sure about this.
I promise.
Well, when he gives you a promise, gotta keep that. Okay, I trust you.
Good.
I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
Hey, oh, yeah, I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
He's so strong. Thank you. What? I thought that in my head. I decided to close my mouth for the time being so I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listen to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more in admiration. Once we reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying that I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it, not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. What am I trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that. I started to fumble over in words again. Real smooth. That is me in real life.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Alright, have fun. Alright, see ya. Whoosh, as he just flies by. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
But hey, Matthew, they just slide in. It's like sliding into your DMs, like. Suddenly, a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait. Ah, you're Matthew, right?
Mm-hmm. That's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
I'm fine. I'm just looking at his mouth. It looks kind of weird. Like, it's supposed, just like it's like, it just looks weird. You see that? It looks like that. That's weird. No, I'm fine. I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
No, I'm fucking great. It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric, I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you were saying. I suppose incubi are you're real then, or whatever. I wondered how exactly got myself into the mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lizette, and now this. I certainly had an knack for getting myself in sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
What's that? He shoved his hands in his pockets with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it.
What am I waiting for? Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
Oh my god, he has a knife! Hello! What is that? Exactly. He smiled us to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
Wait a second. What did I just make? This is...
When he produced from his pockets was a creepy looking doll.
Ah, what is that?
I'm not sure. His face paled considerably. He dropped it on the floor, scooting away from him frantically.
Get it away from me! He might be possessed by a demon or something.
Oh my god, he's adorable! He's scared by that stuff even though he's a demon. Aw, Matthew. But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make. I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
I know, he even had a knife. No! He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. Oh, Matthew. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. I think I'll keep it because you don't want it.
But it looks so creepy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the thought that counts, right? You wanted to cheer me up after all. picked up the doll and looked at it closely. Sure, it looked pretty weird at first, but it could be cute if you looked at it from a certain angle. Gave him a small smile. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's good to see you smiling, even though the thing I made still kind of creeps me out.
So that's why I didn't give it to
You
you.
should come with me to the dining room. We're almost finished with the food, and, well, I don't mean to brag, but we're pretty decent chefs.
Alright. Sounds great. Lead the way. Oh my god. I think I would keep that thing. I mean, even though it has a little knife, it's just so funny looking. Like, something smells good. My stumble rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
God, the girl has a name, Sam. Gosh. Of course, we need one of those types. Just like, oh god. Excuse you, I have a name, you know. Oh, we're in sync here.
Should we really care?
I have had enough of your sass, mister.
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Whatever.
That face, though, is funny.
I apologize for his attitude.
Making sure no one's home yet, because that'd be awkward. No problem, James. It's not your fault. Oh, that's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
I'm sure I will. Meal? For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting to my head or distracting me. Oh, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned that they were making dinner as an apology. Oh, wait. You didn't have
We
to.
insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggeratedly to me. I'm sorry, I can't even pronounce it. Gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry. I was like, goodbye. The table was filled with various foods with an electric selection of cuisines. One portion of the table was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, another portion some yummy looking desserts. Oh yes. And there were yet more and more plates than I could have ever have possibly imagined. Whoa, that's a lot of food and it looks so good. I want some
We
food.
hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
What? Sweet me? I'm a cold-hearted bitch. What are you talking
That's
about?
enough, Eric.
You're no fun, James.
Yeah,
I don't
James.
need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me.
Alrighty-o, James. Oh, wow. He's going to escort me to the table. These are all gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Who wouldn't want to get a mansion and then hang out with these fine incubi? I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Oh, well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
Sure. To put it briefly, I just moved here
That
today.
explains the luggage you brought in when you came through the front doors. By the way, we put your belongings in the room you were sleeping in. That seems to be the master bedroom, I believe.
Swear to God, I know this guy who's doing the voice here. Why? Did he do anime? I don't know. Thanks. This house is really big. I don't think I even explored the entirety of the estate when I was
You
a
lived here
child.
before?
No. Truth be told, this is my grandfather's house. I used to visit him all the time when I was younger.
May I ask why you now live in your grandfather's house?
He actually passed away yesterday. It was bequeathed to me in his will, and I was sent here to live here, whether I liked it
My
or not.
condolences. It seems like you don't like the idea of living here.
It's not that I don't like this house, or that I don't have fond memories of being here. It's just that the implications that come with staying at this estate, it's kind of complicated to explain.
How do you feel about it?
I certainly wasn't expecting that question, but in a good way, it was different from what I had heard the entire day at school. I appreciated the fact that he was willing to listen. I feel angry, sad, scared, and confused. It's hard picking out the different emotions that I'm feeling right now. I wish I was stronger.
You don't have to be strong.
What do you mean?
I understand that you're going through a difficult time, so it's okay to feel those emotions. You don't have to be strong at all.
Oh my, thank you.
Are you alright? There seems to be a small bruise on your cheek.
Oh, that's from where Dad hit me. Shh, don't tell him. Dad's gonna die. He caught me off guard with that comment. I thought no one would have noticed something as small as that. Oh, I'm fine. He stopped and leaned in close, a bit too close for comfort. Or maybe it was just me inspecting my face. He was really quite tall, having to bend over so much to look at me straight in the face. It was hard to look at him, especially when he was so close. After a few seconds, he straightened up and began walking again.
Well, if you're having any problems, I'm always here to listen.
That's really kind of you to offer
My
that.
pleasure. Here's your seat.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
Oh, the ladies' man, Eric. Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons, yet there was a little distance in his eyes, like how it's Eric with, like, a K.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Oh, my. Huh? Oh, yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Suddenly, Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my arms.
Oh, my goodness. I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. I'm a play cool, I think. I don't know, I've been choosing the right ones, but I'm a play cool. You're quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Well, you're trying to get into my pants half the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Something tells me that there's more to it than that. Okay, so that was wrong. I should have slapped him. For a moment, he looked away, losing a bit of a smile before I could question it, though he turned back with a teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
No, I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
I felt my face heat up simply from his words, and I then felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
It's okay. I don't think I really want Eric, so, if it's okay. I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all the dishes with a dramatic squeak.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Aren't you a little cook, then? Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a
And I'm
frown.
the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
Oh, he's so cute. He's totally the youngest.
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Matthew. Gosh, get it right.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to
I'm
confront
not a
him.
little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
Well, I prefer Matthew than you, Eric. I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable, however, I couldn't help but feel like in the same way he's much more mature than the others, especially Eric.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Let's all just laugh together.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Eric, knock it off.
Thanks, Matthew, standing up for me. In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
That face still cracks me up. It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had his big tough act, and he was obvious that he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
I'm straight, lay it to him, James.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
Yeah. We'll all laugh
By the
together.
way, I don't believe we caught your name even though you know each of us.
Oh, that's right, my sweet. Ah, I'm Ashton. You know who he reminds me of? His voice actor from Kyoya. Am I supposed to? Is that? Yeah, it's similar to that. I don't think it is, but that's just
It's a
what
pleasure
reminds
to
me of
finally know your name.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
Okay, thank you. They were all comfortable around me despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it were natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something. Yes, beautiful men, come here.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank them. I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Yeah, like being told that budget incubi randomly appeared in your house. Perfectly understandable.
How do we explain?
I don't know.
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
You got me there.
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
I'm just saying. How is that difficult to understand?
I'm gonna be... No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits. So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
It's fine, I guess. So you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh, me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Wow, I did not know that. I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power, it was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time I could almost hear a warning siren going off
Is
in
there
my
anything
head.
else you wish to know?
Well, what do you plan to do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
You can just stay with me, that's fine.
We can take him easily.
Oh, Sam.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but suddenly I felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. They probably would cause chaos all over town. Or on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs to research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. I was staying alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood on the mist of quiet alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any of the drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. But there was a certain bitterness that coupled with being alone, made me feel so sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at that moment. And even after that, my father and my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on the right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one else was going to help me with that, I was feeling I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I stood there on the side with back pressed against the wall and my eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by and life continued on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking I could change things with my own hands. That wasn't until a voice brought me back to reality.
Bud, is that you?
'Tis I, Grandpa. I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to knew me. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving in the rusting joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed, because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if it was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Think about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even as they passed for humans, how could I explain having guys living in my house? I imagined my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God, imagine my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on spot. Oh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having to make this decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Thank you, Grandfather. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. I clenched my hands into fists and strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could...
What was that, lovely lady?
That is,
Spit it out already.
You could stay with me here if you'd like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads, but from my words of silence and the air cut like a knife, until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved in this giant house, so it seems like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I stayed to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things I need all of you to follow. First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that might harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, save for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous
offer, miss. I apologize again. Fast forward. It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here by myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
I don't think Sam likes that
What?
idea.
Are you serious?
Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Think of your poor little brother Matthew, Sam. They all seem to like that idea except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, but if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules that I just laid down.
Fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you need a bedfellow.
I am perfectly alright sleeping by myself, Eric.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was a cheap mail start of something new. Oh, what is this, High School Musical? Because I would start of something new. I'm sorry, I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Maybe it was because they all needed help, and my want to help people was fulfilled. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Alright, we didn't even eat yet.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James' eyes twitching in irritation, so I stiffed with my
Really,
lap.
you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. But I did, so I did it, so then. I didn't. There's no way I could hold it. I don't even know what... Not sure what that would... couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked away at my way, faces stuffed.
Something funny?
What are you laughing at?
I stopped to catch my breath. I leaned over the table and took a few breaths before realizing, you both are so funny. Both their faces turned slight pink before they looked away from me, and they swallowed their food in their mouth.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Shut up, Matthew!
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
They were funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took a couple pieces of food for myself and placed them on the plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace soon was disturbed. Huh, it's my mom. Excuse me. Hello!
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hi, Mom. Everything is fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
That gives me no time to plan at all, Mother. A house party tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. I was expected to act on a drop of a dime from moving immediately the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house and not organizing a party. I know, well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm going to need some time to prepare
that's
things.
Fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have
Naomi?
work, and you know how your father is.
Naomi. I know I have to do it myself. He won't help. That was weird how she
I'm
said
sure
that.
it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Mom.
Alright, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
I love you too, ma'am. You're the best. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Thanks, Damien. I didn't want to say it anyway. Huh? How did you... Oh, right. Mind reading. But yeah, I gotta do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
Taking someone's home. My bad.
I don't see why not.
Well, thank God.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
God, Sam. Party pooper.
Back off.
Now.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. Couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I keep thinking about it, I couldn't help but
Feeling
yawn.
a little tired over there, princess?
I just slept for a few hours, but yes, I'm exhausted. Yeah, it's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all going to
We
sleep?
found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Like, did I think there was only one bedroom in this house? Gosh. Oh, got it. Alright then, I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you
Have a good
tomorrow.
night.
Okay. I will, you too. Da, da, da. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
I don't trust that face.
Yes, he was.
I'm the mind reader. You can't lie to me.
Shh.
Yes, he was. Soon as I got to my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from a nap. Dragged myself to my bed and hauled up on one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled into my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. Equations. Ugh. Finally, I decided to change to my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day and I needed to rest. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row. What would kill me? With that thought in my head, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol.
Well, I'm actually just gonna save it here. I'm gonna leave it off here because been doing that for a while. Well, now we have the guys, and they have been seducing me very clearly. There's little heart thingies at the bottom, I think, to show relationship. I'm not sure if I can actually check that. I'm not sure if I'm doing good or not. So I'm not sure if I'm seducing them yet or not. And whatever this bad guy is who's chasing them, I guess we'll find out in the next episode. By the way, this little cat, if you've been wondering, his name is Buffy. Well, at least I call him that. And everyone else calls him BB. And he's trying to bite me. Yeah, he's a good cat. I love him. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!